let's get started with the song Crazy Rhythm. Gentlemen, 1 and 2 and...
A candid look at Lawrence Welk by the people who know him best. When 2020 continues in a moment.
Sunday, for the first time on television, the last word in terror, the deep.
This is an Eyewitness News Brief.
Hello, I'm Jerry Turner, Eyewitness News. Among the stories we'll be covering in 20 minutes are these. The possibility of women going to war. Some local 19 and 20-year-olds tell us what they think of drafting women. 24 hours of terror for 2 small children end by uncovering a bizarre double murder in Woodlawn. More political turmoil in Iran. This time it may favor the American hostages. We'll have the full stories coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock.
See Cars and 2 CBS TV stars, Lou Ferrigno of The Incredible Hulk and John Schneider of The Dukes of Hazzard at the Custom Car Show, Baltimore Convention Center, February 8, 9, and 10.
What do you have, friend?
I'd like a light beer with,
A light beer with body?
Yeah.
Then you want...
Stroll Light! Oh, it's a light beer with body. It's a great taste and light.
It's a light beer with body. The flavor's just right.
It's Stroll Light. Stroll Light.
For a taste that satisfies you.
Beer after beer. Light beer with body. Stroll Light is here. It's Stroll Light.
Now that's beer.
Muppet on Evening.
It was 1955, and the top shows on television were Gunsmoke, Dragnet, The Life of Riley, Our Miss Brooks, Lassie, Father Knows Best, and lots of others like that. Classics in the history of television. And who would have thought that a show started that year by a North Dakota band leader who didn't look or sound like a star would outlast them all? Well, it did. The Lawrence Welk Show. And Lawrence Welk is still going strong. Sylvia Chase is here with a profile. Sylvia?
There's no doubt that Lawrence Welk is one of television's all-time, long-time favorites. There probably aren't many of you out there who haven't seen him and heard him, and the famous beginning of his program, though I doubt if any of you have seen and heard it the way he did it for me.
A 1, a 2.
Lawrence Welk's Champagne Music Makers, a seemingly permanent part of America's video landscape, on air every single week for 28 years now. It is today TV's longest-running variety show. The look and sound have scarcely altered since Welk's national debut in 1955 on ABC.
Thank you. Well, there we have the opening out of the way.
It was old-time music and country dance halls when Lawrence Welk started out 56 years ago. He was Yankton, South Dakota's pride by 1927, a show on WNAX radio. He toured the Midwest leading the Hotsy Totsy Boys, and later a group called the Honolulu Fruit Orchestra. At first, the German he'd spoken at home seemed an onstage handicap.
My early years in the show business, I didn't speak very much English, and when anything was good in the orchestra, it was always wonderful, wonderful, and that's kind of stuck with me.
Nor did he ever lose the grit and determination it took just to survive on the North Dakota family farm. German immigrants, his folks believed in discipline and taught him that hard work would pay off.
Hi, kids.
Today, at the age of 76, the farm boy with a 4th grade education golfs at his own country club motel and trailer park north of San Diego. Just one of the profitable businesses that a lifetime of hard work brought to Lawrence Welk. Besides real estate, there's a music publishing house, a record company. Only dreams when 48 years ago Fern agreed to be Lawrence's bride. She didn't know what her mother would think when she announced she was going to marry a musician.
So I wrote and I said, he's a musician, he has a band, and so on and so forth.
That was bad.
And so she wrote back and said, does he have more than his shirt on his back?
He soon had success, and he believes it's because he's a good old-fashioned boss. Hard workers received bonuses, cars, stereos, lawn furniture, trips to the country, and job security. In the music business, that's just about unheard of.
I've been with Lawrence Welk since 1961. Half of my life, 23 years.
23 and a half years can't be all that bad.
29 years in February. Well, I'm in my 30th year with the band. 32 years. 33 years.
Well, it's a fabulous job.
All employees are expected to live by the Welk Freedom System, stressing free enterprise, profit sharing, competition, personal growth, love of God, and loyalty.
I don't have one contract with any of our people. I keep our people with me for 1 year. If they make that year, we start sharing the profits with them. The sharing is done in proportion to how well they do their job, how valuable they make themselves. It's competition between each other. It's the American free enterprise system.
What are the specifics of your system? Are they free to work for other people? Or
Yes,
do they have to work for other people?
No, no, it's freedom.
1, 2.
It's been estimated that Myron Florin makes about $250,000 a year on his own. But when he's on the Welk Show, his wages are strictly scale, union minimum wage. That's the way the Welk system works. No matter how long employees are with the orchestra or how popular they are, they will never be paid more than union scale, which means most performers receive $640 for a 2-day work week. You know, in the business, people will say, oh, you know, here's Lawrence Welk. I mean, he pays scale. He exploits his people. But you're a stern father. What's your response to that?
Maybe that's why we're around.
Fans may have to join a year-long waiting list just to be in the studio audience. And it's Lawrence they've come to see, though some Welk family members have become successful on their own, like the Lennon sisters, who finally quit after almost 13 years with the man they still call fondly and respectfully Mr. Welk. How did he introduce you? What did he say? Do you remember how it was?
I think he said, I'd like you to meet 4 friends of mine.
We have Diane, 16, Peggy, 14, and Kathy, 12, and Janet, 9. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lennon sisters.
He can turn the tide and calm the angry sea. Getting to know all about you.
High on a hill was a lonely goat.
Without that showcase and coming into people's homes every single Saturday night for 12 and a half years, there would not be a Lennon Sister act.
The Lennons quit Lawrence Welk in 1967.
I think there are tremendous limitations on his show. You can go just so far musically and career-wise. Also, we had an opportunity to work less for more money, so we took that too.
I recognize that the people really quite often want to go out by themselves and see how strong they are and whether they can make it by themselves. But when they do, they're not in the doghouse with me.
Welk appears jovial on stage, but rumors persist about backstage discipline. Reports that performers' wages have been docked for tardiness, that beyond high standards of performance, Welk insists upon moral and ethical uprightness. What happens when somebody gets out of line? I mean,
He'd say, now you know that last week so-and-so was late on the show. We can't have that happen anymore. So next time it happens, she won't be on the show anymore. I mean, this is in front of the big weekly meeting. Well, next time you weren't.
I don't fire you. I chat with you and I tell you what you're displeasing me about and also what doesn't fit our musical family.
We always helped the guys. I mean, we were like their mom, too.
If they had hangovers,
we'd give them Alka-Seltzer.
We'd carry them on the plane.
You know, or Mr. Welk walked by and you'd hand them a Clorets before they'd talk to him.
If you drink too much, I may say it doesn't quite fit the organization. But we would spank you unreasonably.
So it's very much, it's you, but you are the patriarch here. I mean, it's...
I'm the father to a certain degree, and they're my children.
Crazy rhythm, here's the doorway. I'll go my way, you go your way. Crazy rhythm, from now on we're through.
My cup of tea is to hire those beautiful, clean, wholesome girls and keep them that way.
Goodbye to you. They say that when
I arrived in what I wanted in life. I wanted a big band, and I wanted a good one.
Lawrence is always on, whether it's for the TV audience of millions or his country club restaurant fans who are delighted by his impromptu performances.
Did I get a little kiss for that? Joey Schmidt.
There's usually a few employees around being groomed for a place with the orchestra.
Come over and play a little solo for the folks. This is a trainee of mine that I have down here right now. He's from back home, my home state of North Dakota. Come over here. Play a little bit something.
How about Tico Tico?
Good.
There's something called Tico Tico.
It's almost like those old musicals. The kids bust dishes and wait tables, eagerly anticipating that big break on the show. Of course, you knew full well that a lot of people got started that way.
Yeah. David and Roger Otwell, the twins on the show, got started here, so...
On Monday and Tuesday, we taped the show. The rest of the time, we bust tables down at this restaurant, you know. But it was worth it because... It's worth it. You know, not many people would just give you the chance to come from Tulia, Texas, or somewhere and just be on a national television show.
Come on, baby, let's do that twist. Come on, baby, let's do that twist.
The Otwell twins don't bust dishes anymore. Lawrence teamed them with two girls who used to wait tables, the Aldrich sisters.
We aren't the sexy look. We have to be sweet, sedate, ladylike, and clean.
If you just want to sit and relax in your home, you don't have to think. You can put on the Lawrence Welk Show, relax with the music, kind of enjoy the pretty colors and the nice dresses and the pretty faces that every one of them just shine. The musicians all dressed perfectly, and you're not going to be shocked or you're not going to be disillusioned. This has been something that is America, and I can turn it on and it's still there. Good night.
We have to leave you, good people. We'll be back with you again next week at the same time. This program is brought to you with the compliments and good wishes of your nearby Dodge dealer. We hope you have a little fun, and we hope we can have you with us again next week. And now, so long from all of the Cafe Music Makers.
Lawrence Welk may be 76, but he's not counting, and he has absolutely no plans for retirement. Hugh?
Thank you, Sylvia. 2020 continues in a moment. The
last married couple in America. It's about marriage,
Half of America is looking for infidelity. What's wrong with you?
divorce,
You think divorce is easy?
lust,
No, don't get undressed.
trust,
You sleeping with her was an accident? Yes.
and other things.
Oh, no!
The last married couple in America. The comedy that fools around a lot.